Section 7 of Lavender Lit 101. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Hymen by H.D. Recording by Christine G. As from a temple service, tall and dignified, with slow pace, each a queen, the 16 matrons from the temple of Hera pass before the curtain. A dark purple hung between Ionic columns, of the porch or open hall of a palace. Their hair is bound as the marble hair of the temple Hera. Each wears a crown or diadem of gold. They sing. The music is temple music, deep, simple, chanting notes. From the closed garden, where our feet pace, back and forth each day, this gladiolus white, this red, this purple spray, gladiolus tall with dignity, as yours, lady, we lay before your feet and pray of all the blessings, youth, joy, ecstasy, may one gift last, as the tall gladiolus may outlast a wind flower, winter rose or rose, one gift above, encompassing all those. For him, for all within these palace walls, beyond the feast, beyond the cry of Hymen and the torch, beyond a night and music, echoing through the porch till day. The music, with its deep chanting notes, dies away. The curtain hangs motionless in rich, full folds. Then from this background of darkness, dignity, and solemn repose, a flute gradually detaches itself, becomes clearer and clearer, pipes alone one shrill, simple little melody. From the distance, 4 children's voices blend with the flute, and 4 very little girls pass singly before the curtain, small maids or attendants of the 16 matrons. Their hair is short, and curls at the back of their heads, like the hair of the chryselephantine Hermes. They sing. Where the first crocus buds unfold, we found these petals near the cold, swift river bed. Beneath the rocks where ivy frond puts forth new leaves to gleam beyond those lately dead. The very smallest 2 or 3 of gold, pale as ivory, we gathered. When the little girls have passed before the curtain, a woodwind weaves a richer note into the flute melody. Then the 2 blend into one song. But as the woodwind grows in mellowness and richness, the flute gradually dies away into a secondary theme, and the woodwind alone evolves the melody of a new song. 2 by 2, like 2 sets of medallions with twin profiles distinct, one head slightly higher, bent forward a little, the 4 figures of 4 slight, rather fragile taller children are outlined with sharp white contour against the curtain. The hair is smooth against the heads, falling to the shoulders but slightly waved against the nape of the neck. They are looking down, each at a spray of a winter rose. The tunics fall to the knees in sharp marble folds. They sing. Never shall we find you bright in the snow and wind? The snow is melted, the snow is gone, and you are flown like a bird out of our hand, like a light out of our heart. You are gone. As the wistful notes of the woodwind gradually die away, there comes a sudden, shrill, swift piping. Free and wild, like the wood maidens of Artemis, is this last group of 4, very straight, with heads tossed back. They sing in rich, free, swift notes. They move swiftly before the curtain in contrast to the slow, important pace of the first 2 groups. Their hair is loose and rayed out like that of the sun god. They are boyish in shape and gesture. They carry hyacinths in baskets, strapped like quivers to their backs. They reach to draw the flower sprays from the baskets, as the huntress her arrows. As they dart swiftly to and fro before the curtain, they are youth, they are spring, they are the Caledonia, their song is the swallow song of joy. Between the hollows of the little hills, the spring's bills blue. Turquoise, sapphire, lapis lazuli, on a brown cloth outspread. See how carefully we lay them now, each hyacinth spray. Across the marble floor, a pattern your bent eyes may trace and follow to the shut bridal door. Lady Alava dear, our bride most fair, they grew among the hollows of the hills, as if the sea had spilled its blue, as if the sea had risen from its bed, and sinking to the level of the shore, left hyacinths on the floor. There is a pause. Flute, pipe, and woodwind blend in a full, rich movement. There is no definite melody, but full, powerful rhythm, like soft but steady wind above forest trees. Into this, like rain, gradually creeps the note of strings. As the strings grow stronger and finally dominate the whole, the bride chorus passes before the curtain. There may be any number in this chorus. The figures, tall young women, clothed in long white tunics, follow one another closely, yet are all distinct like a procession of a temple frieze. The bride in the center is not at first distinguishable from her maidens, but as they begin their song, the maidens draw apart into 2 groups, leaving the veiled symbolic figure standing alone in the center. The 2 groups range themselves to right and left, like officiating priestesses. The veiled figure stands with her back against the curtain, the others being in profile. Her head is swathed in folds of diaphanous white, through which the features are visible, like the veiled Tanagra. When the song is finished, the group to the bride's left turns about, also the bride, so that all face in one direction. In processional form they pass out, the figure of the bride again merging, not distinguishable from the maidens. Strophe. But of her, who can say if she is fair? Bound with fillet, bound with myrtle, underneath her flowing veil. Only the soft length beneath her dress of saffron shoe is bright as the great lily heart in its white loveliness. Antistrophe. But of her we can say that she is fair. We bleached the fillet, brought the myrtle, to us the task was set. of knotting their fine threads of silk. With vest and the veil, and over the white foot, drew on the painted shoe, steeped in Ilian crocus. Strophe. But of her, who can say if she is fair? For her head is covered over with a mantle white on white, snow on white amaranth, snow on hoarfrost, snow on snow, snow on whitest bits of mood. Antistrophe. But of her we can say that she is fair, for we know underneath all the vainness, all the heat in her blanched face of desire is caught in her eyes as fire in the dark center leaf of the white Syrian iris. The rather hard hieratic precision of the music, its stately pause and beat, is broken now into irregular lilt and rhythm of strings. 4 tall young women, very young matrons, enter in a group. They stand clear and fair, but this little group entirely lacks the austere precision of the procession of maidens just preceding them. They pause in the center of the stage, turn, 1 3/4, 2 in profile, and the 4th full face. They stand, turn as if confiding in each other like a Tanagra group. They sing lightly, their flower trays under their arms. Along the yellow sand, above the rocks, the laurel bushes stand against the shimmering heat. Each separate leaf is bright and cold, and through the bronze of shining bark and wood run the fine threads of gold. Here in our wicked trace we bring the first faint blossoming of fragrant bays. Lady, their blushes shine as faint in hue as when through petals of a laurel rose the sun shines through and throws a purple shadow on a marble vase. Allah, so her fair breast will shine with a faint shadow above. The harp chords become again more regular in simple definite rhythm. The music is not so intense as the bride chorus, and quieter, more sedate than the notes preceding the entrance of the last group. 5 or 6 slightly older serene young women enter in processional form, each holding before her, with precise bending of arms, coverlets and linen, carefully folded, as if for the bride couch. The garments are purple, scarlet, and deep blue, with edge of gold. They sing to blending of woodwind and harp. From citron bower be her bed, cut from branch of tree or flower, fashioned for her maidenhead. From Lydian apple sweet of hue, cut the width of board and lathe, carve the feet from myrtle The woodwinds become more rich and resonant. A tall youth crosses the stage as if seeking the bride door. The music becomes very rich, full of color. The figure itself is a flame, an exaggerated symbol. The hair aflame, the wings, deep red or purple, stand out against the curtains in a contrasting or almost clashing shade of purple. The tunic, again a rich purple or crimson, falls almost to the knees. The knees are bare, the sandals elaborately strapped over and over. The curtain seems a rich purple cloud, the figure still brighter like a flamboyant bird, half emerged in the sunset. Love pauses just outside the bride's door with his gift, a tuft of black purple cyclamen. He sings to the accompaniment of woodwinds in a rich resonant voice. The crimson cover of her bed is not so rich nor so deeply bled. The purple fish that dyed it red, as when in a hot sheltered glen there flowered these stalks of cyclamen. Purple with honey points of horns for petals, sweet and dark and crisp, as fragrant as her maiden kiss. There with his honey-seeking lips the bee clings close and warmly sips, and there seeks with honey thighs to sway, and drink the very flower away. Ah, stand the petals drawing back, ah, rare, virginal her breath. Crimson with honey-seeking lips, the sun lies hot across his back, the gold is decked across his wings, quivering he sways and quivering clings, ah, rare her shoulders drawing back. One a moment, then the plunderer slips between the purple flower lips. Love passes out with a crash of cymbals. There is a momentary pause, and the music falls into its calm, wave-like rhythm. A band of boys passes before the curtain. They pass from side to side, crossing and recrossing, but their figures never confuse one another, the outlines are never blurred. They stand out against the curtain with symbolic gesture, stopping as if to gather up the reeds, or swaying with long stiff branch as if to sweep the fallen petals from the floor. There is no marked melody from the instruments, but the boys' voices, humming lightly as they enter, gradually evolve a little dance song. There are no words, but the lilt up and down of the boys' tenor voices. Then, as if they had finished the task of gathering up the reeds and sweeping the petals, they stand in groups of two before the pillars where the torches have been placed. They lift the torches from the brackets. They hold them aloft between them, one torch to each two boys. Their figures are cut against the curtain like the simple, triangular design on the base of a vase or frieze. The boys' heads on a level, the torches above them. They sing in clear, half-subdued voices. Where love is king, ah, there is little need to dance and sing, with bridal torch to flare, amber and scatter light across the purple air, to sing and dance, to flute note and to reed. Where love is come, ah, love is come indeed. Our limbs are numb before his fiery need, with all their glad rapture of speech unsaid, before his fiery lips, our lips are mute and dumb. A sound of reed, a flute and trumpet wail, a joy decreed, The fringes of her veil are sad and white. Across the flare of light, blinded the torches fail. Our love is come indeed. At the end of the song, the torches flicker out, and the figures are no longer distinguishable in the darkness. They pass out like shadows. The purple curtain hangs black and heavy. The music dies away and is finally cut short with a few deep, muted chords. End of section 7. Hymen by H.D.